he needs to get to 6. He needs to get the bot lane ASAP. Because again, look, the wave is bouncing into G2. Jankos is around. They're ready to start a fight. Caps has TP, so no matter what, Rogue will lose this fight. And Inspired's not there.
Flash plays, Trimmy box forward to body block the hook. Trimmy gonna go for the knockup, but there's no way he makes out of this one. Just buying space for Hansama to move. TP burn from Caps. Trimmy getting what he can, and it looks like they're gonna donate the kill over to Caps on this one.
It's a good idea. He invested the TP. He has a Dark Seal. Just give him the kill. And that's exactly what we're talking about.
But the poll still very much in favor of G2, and the history would back you up. Again, G2 10-0 over Rogue in the regular season. Now Wonder fishing for the 1v1, but Larson looks like he might win out on this one. Wonder has to run as fast as he can, trying to get stealthy here, but Caps coming in to ruin the day. Wants nothing to do with it. Larson, not quite enough damage to finish the job.
Inspired has no ultimate, Caps has no flash.
It's going to be a long flank, though. It's going to take a while to get in. The flash forward from Jankos. He has overheated. He doesn't have the second stack of Electro Harpoon, rather. Excuse that, I mean, he does. Larson now going to be locked in. Larson now going to be stunned. Inspired now turning around with the field. Larson does good damage, but not good enough. Flash out to safety. Wonder going to whiff on the ultimate. He gets the reset. He's going to turn into Jace. And this is going to be an easy kill pickup to the skies to finish it off. Caps now on a killing spree. That's the shutdown, but G2 are breaking the base.
They're going to get the top inhibitor. I don't think they can look to end it, though. It's a 4v4, and Inspired's behind them.
But they spot this one out. He's going to go over the wall, but it's just
it's a disaster for Inspired. He can't find it. Now it's a 3v4. G2 have a mid-wave to work with.
3 members standing. Larson has decent wave clear. Hansama would take a miracle duel because, again, Caps and Reckless, the range here, it's so hard to play against. Hook goes in. They land Mickey X, traded for a hook back. That's the equalizer. Larson getting lower and lower, but Hansama uses the ult to save Trimby. Trimby's still alive. G2 are going to grab 2 inhibitors, but the game will not end here. G2 cannot risk overstaying.
G2 are pushing on this bot tier 3 inhibitor. Once this falls, they can start to move forwards. Rogue need to find a response soon. Inspire doesn't have flash yet. Equalizer comes out. Odoame's on the flank.
Second equalizer in a row, but Odoame's been locked up. He has no room to maneuver. He's so low before he even gets a chance to ult. They're going to burn him down before he can even push the R key, but it's Fiddlesticks in the middle of everyone, and it's simply too little, too late. Wonder turns into Fiddlesticks and says, who is scared now? Spectral Maw comes in. Hansama with a clean sidestep, but it is just not enough. The shockwave is there. G2 have found their fight. They will break the bottom lane. They will break the base of Rogue, and they will keep the head-to-head alive. 11-0 for G2 Esports over 3 years of League of Legends. G2 simultaneously zoned 2 different players off of their waves for a decent amount of time. That's difficult, and you can already see 1K gold lead for G2 with no blood being spilled whatsoever. Wonder starting to pull ahead, and now it's going to be Hylissang in trouble from downtown. He's locked up. The flash out to safety. Exhaust coming in. Stun coming in, but the spell shield is there. Whippo needs to get out of this one. He has to be careful. Backing away. Niski in the area. Maybe they can try and turn and burn here. Trying to lock up Caps, but a clean sidestep means Caps makes it out of that one for now. Niski has the Pantheon off, but is forced to flash away to safety. Whippo goes down, and already G2 off to a massive lead. Now, Jankos is already walking down. Jankos opted not to finish the Herald. He had some isolated time there, but instead now going to contest this Drake. Ultimate already used, and Jankos going to win the smite fight. Now it's Reckless from downtown, laying down a bit of damage. Caps throwing down the ultimate just to go nearsighted. Tarek's ulti, it's going to be too little too late. Hylissang just barely getting taken down there, but Mickey has to run for the hills. There's no way he makes it out. Fnatic will get at least 1 back. G2, are they fully going to commit for the dive here? Whippo very vulnerable. They're just going to give him up there. Crescent Guard buys a bit of space, buys a bit of time, but that should be an easy kill pickup for the side of G2. Good damage now coming in. Mundo starting to chase. Has the ulti activated. He's now chasing down. They're looking to run. They're looking to fully commit here. Good damage on Evander. He will be sacrificed. Buys as much time as he can, but G2 fire back. Get a kill of their own. Herald still moving in mid lane, though. Looks like it got a little bit more damage down.
Reckless has had bot push the whole game long. It's just been like a farming fiesta in the bot side and the top side of the map. BTO.
Slowed down there by the solar flare. He's going to fully commit here. Dash forward from Caps. That's the Gale Force. Good damage to come through. Nothing Vander can do. I really like the corporate.
Horizon reference yesterday.
Bro, yeah. I mean, if it fits for... Wonder Mickey again going in, though. The knockback is there, but it's too little. Mickey too clean on these ganks.
G2 firing back in this mid lane. Caps gets 3 kills. Misfits, you've got to answer as soon as we force this up. Are you going to look for a steal? Are you going to look for the fight? Jankos is in a great position.
They're waiting off to the side. Can they get anything done? 5K, it's getting lower. Razor could need to be a miracle play, but they're just pulling away from the Baron and they're turning for the fight instead. Wonder on the front line. Caps laying down the Coling. Vander just getting shredded through. That's the Ignite ticking. Dash forward on the Gale Force. Solar Flare. It's here in the midst of the back line, but here it can't get anything done. Pulls forward. He's going to dunk him down back over the wall. He wants to turn it back. Here it wants to get something done, but he does not have the necessary damage. Razor manages to land the kickback. Razor manages to find a kill, but it's just not enough. Reckless, Wonder, Mickey, Caps, everybody is still up except for Jankos, and Wonder is at full health. Go for the invade.
Magic wave.
Level 5. They could try to aggro here. Flash forward. It's clean for Mickey, but he cannot find the wall. Dash over the wall from Caps. Looking for the snip, but he doesn't have any autos on the setup. Yanko's going in, trying to finish the kill. Yanko's getting first blood, gets taken down in response. No more W left for the Poppy. It's disaster for G2. Caps getting caught out. Can he turn it back? Caps gets the kill back, and that's a good sign for G2, but a 2 for 2 in the end. Diego, who wants to get resets, is going to be a big boon for the side of G2. It's Caps fearlessly going forward onto White Knight here. Big damage coming in! Gwen! It is only a 4K gold lead. Caps is scary. Can the rest of the G2 make good? Because pulling back, they're just getting poke here and there. Caps going forward. Mickey fully committing for the jungler. They're trying to burst him down, but he goes golden. Promise you, keeping the entire team healthy, but it's a defensive tower called the Magic Fields in the midst of the team. He's not invulnerable. He's got a target on his back. G2 looking for the follow-up. It's a kick into the backside from Promise you. Mickey trying to buy as much space as possible. Instead, interrupting dashes left and right, but Caps is down. Yanko's reckless. They need to run. White Knight in the midst of the entire team will get dropped as the GA. Does he have the reset on the ulti? Does not look like it. Does just get taken out. And G2 now ready to barrel down mid lane.
Seconds to work with before Promiscu's ult is up when he is, but Zanzar's going to die here.
Forward. Zanzara with Red Smite. Not enough. They're not going to be able to burn it. They finally knock it off. He picks it up again. He heals again. That's the ultimate. The flash out to safety. The rest of the team is just ending the game. Again, Astralis committing everything they have for a single pick.
Wunder can TP back on full HP. Here he comes.
Wunder on the way. G2 going to find the win. Going to move up. Looking to contest the top of the table. Astralis now tied for 6th.
And that's going to be that. G2 tried to find some kills, but there it is.
G2 Esports finally break their 4-match losing streak by defeating Astralis, and I am joined by Caps with a new hairstyle. Welcome back to the LEC studio. Okay, Caps, I do need to ask because I'm personally very, very curious. Is there any particular story behind the aesthetical change?
I mean, not really so much of a story. It's just like we were losing a lot of games and just felt like something had to change. So I guess the hair was it this time. It also has like some added benefits. I was actually cutting myself, most of it with like a scissor, which obviously helps when you're going on stage playing Gwen, that you're more comfortable around with the scissors. But other than that, I think just like getting some changes around.
Yeah, maybe the change did help. Maybe it was like the whole Saitama buff because you have performed amazingly on Gwen, have won the Kia player of the game. Can you tell me more about the mid lane Gwen pick? Because I do realize that you're the only LEC mid laner who has been playing Gwen so far.
Yeah, I mean, Gwen is one of the new champs, and going into like this season, I really want to play Gwen and Viego because new champs are always a lot of fun. Now, obviously, unfortunately, we lost with both of them, so that was like not the best. But getting a win now with Gwen is really nice, and I've been spamming them in solo queue. Usually, yeah, I mean, new champs are just always fun, and they're also usually pretty strong. And I'm just happy that we can finally find success with it, even if it took half the split.
You did kind of semi-joke about the whole scissors and needing a new change with your hairstyle, but did you or the G2 players really feel like, hey, today is the day we bounce back?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've been feeling that the whole week. I mean, going 0-4 is not something we were expecting going into this like whole season or the split. So I think once we went 0-4, we realized that like we really have to step it up because we are like at the risk of missing out on playoffs or missing out on like the higher seeds, which are really strong for playoffs. So we really gave 100%, and I'm really happy with everyone's effort throughout the week. I think we really came together to like try and bounce back.
It does sound like the team morale was quite strong even during the losing streak, but what are some of the specific areas that G2 tried to improve on during the last 2 weeks?
So I think going into the summer split, like the game was very weird. Like there was a lot of new mid lane champions, as I mentioned, but there's also just like a bunch of like flex picks, like a lot of people playing like the LEC, a lot of like ranks and flex going around, and a bunch of other champs like that. So the draft was definitely like something we had to figure out what we want to draft for ourselves. And we were trying out a bunch of all the meta things, and I think now we kind of settled down to something that we really like and something we feel very comfortable with. And it really showed in our practice, and it really it showed today in our stage game as well, and hopefully we can show up even better tomorrow against Rogue.
And do you feel like some of the LEC matches coming back on the venue will also help the G2 players? Because a lot of G2 players say they feel more natural or more confident playing on stage.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, I think going back to stage is nice. It's always a bit weird playing online, and it adds a lot more hype when you actually have to go to the studio. Sadly, we don't have fans yet, and I think that's like the biggest part of playing on stage, right? Is like for sure the fans, because just hearing people cheer gives you like that kind of boost and energy. especially when it's like the 10,000 people cheering in a stadium. But already now, even if there's no fans, it also adds like a kind of like a hype, because you kind of get in the zone or like in the mood when you go to a car, like you drive to the studio, you sit around watching like the game before, where normally it's just like suddenly we're just playing. It's nothing really changes because we're just at home. So definitely I like the travel, I guess, and like the preparation mentally.
If you had to specifically put it into numbers, just how much of a boost or a hype does playing on stage? Because some players tell me that it doesn't make that much difference. Some players actually say they get more nerves on stage, and players like you say, hey, actually, it's a very positive effect.
I mean, it's for sure hard to put numbers on it. I think, yeah, I mean, it's hard to put numbers on it. I think for me, the biggest thing has always been when it's like the huge stadiums, right? I mean, but for sure, going back to the studio right now is really nice because it's a stage we're also comfortable with. Like all of our players are veterans at this point, and we've played for many years. So for sure, playing in the studio is something that we enjoy a lot.
And perhaps the stage buff and the momentum will help G2 in the next match.
For sure, yeah.
Because that's my final question. What are your outlook for the next match against Rogue?
I mean, I don't think we ever lost a B1 to Rogue, so I don't think it should change right now either. Yeah, I mean, I think we will probably beat them, and we will probably show them that G2 is back.
Love the confidence, and we will look forward to it. Thank you so much for the interview once again, Caps, and best of luck with the rest of the LEC.